Hey guys, I'm James Eagle, strength and nutrition coach, and today I'm going to give you 10 tips for the perfect night's sleep. Tip number 1 is aim for 7 to 9 hours of sleep every single night. So this is pretty solid in research now that the optimal range for a human is between 7 and 9 hours. So make sure you're trying to get in bed and you're asleep for that amount of time. There are some people that can get away with less sleep, shorter amount of sleeps because they have a genetic mutation which allows this, but this is very rare. So unless you've had your genes tested and you definitively know this is you, try and aim for 7 to 9 hours of sleep. Anything below 7 can start having negative health effects, and that is not what we want. Tip number 2 is to set a regular sleep and wake cycle. So you want to be going to sleep and waking up at the same time every single day, even on weekends. Yep, even on weekends. So this is your circadian rhythm. So every single cell in your body works off a circadian rhythm, and if it is timed and set up to a schedule, your body is going to be a lot happier. So wake up and go to sleep at the same time every single day. And tip number 3 is to stop caffeine at least 6 hours prior to going to sleep. So caffeine has a half-life, which means it's going to linger around in the body and it's going to keep you feeling awake. So caffeine molecules are very similar to the adenosine molecules, which make you feel sleepy. So they fit in the same receptor very nicely, and that's what keeps you awake. If you would like to know more about caffeine, I've done a video up here. I'll link it up for you and it will let you know more about caffeine. But try and cut caffeine 6 hours before going to sleep. Tip number 4 is ditch alcohol and marijuana as sleep aids. What they do is they are sedatives, so they put people to sleep, but sedation is completely different to high quality sleep. So high quality sleep, you're gonna get a lot of REM sleep. Marijuana and alcohol both cut that out. So REM sleep is rapid eye movement sleep. This is the most restorative part of sleep for your brain. And your brain is a fairly important part of your body. So you're gonna wanna try and keep that as fresh as possible. So trying to cut back on alcohol and weed when possible will help with the quality of your sleep. Tip number 5 is leave 2 hours between your last meal and going to sleep. Having a full stomach can be very uncomfortable and can prevent you from falling asleep. Also, having a lot of food in your digestive tract is gonna cause blood to get pulled to your digestive tract to assimilate and digest that food, when it could be in the rest of your body, helping with recovery and repair. So try and leave 2 hours at least between your last meal and going to sleep. Tip number 6 is to minimize blue light exposure for the last 2 hours of the day. Blue light has the most energy on the visible light spectrum. It comes into the eyes and it shuts down melatonin production. Melatonin is our sleep hormone. So obviously we're going to need this as we get later into the day to put us to sleep. So the way we can do this is turn off the downward lights. These have more energy and therefore more blue light. Turn on some lamps. You can have the dark mode on your devices. Turn that on. That will cut out the blue light. And if you're really serious, you can purchase some of the blue light blocking glasses. These are great for 2 things. Number 1, completely blocking blue light. And number 2, completely blocking your chances of any sexual activity the rest of that evening. They look pretty horrible, but they do work. Yep, guarantee this guy never gets laid. But that's neither here nor there. So try and cut out blue light for the last 2 hours of the day. Tip number 7 is airplane mode the last hour of your day. This is something I like to do with myself and my clients, is try and cut out all interaction, so any social media, emails coming in, messages, phone calls. Try and start relaxing. So you want to start putting yourself into a parasympathetic state before you go into sleep. So this is a relaxed state, and this is going to be more conducive to quality sleep. So try and airplane mode any kind of distractions or anything that's going to keep you amped up and awake before you go to sleep. Tip number 8, 9 and 10 are all going to get hit in one shot, and that one shot is sleep like a bat. Not upside down with 1,000 of your friends, but in a cold, dark and quiet place, so more like a bat cave. So we'll turn your bedroom into a bat cave. If you have blackout blinds, then that's perfect. If not, you can get yourself an eye mask. That way it's going to completely get rid of the light. Number 2, try and shut all the doors and the windows, prevent any noise from coming in. If you live in a particularly noisy place, you can always wear earbuds, or you can use a white noise device to try and cut out some of that noise. Number 3, if you live in a fancy apartment or house that has air conditioning, set that bad boy to 18.5 degrees Celsius because that is the optimal temperature for sleeping. If you don't have a fancy apartment or house like myself, then you can have a cold bath or shower. This is going to drop your core temperature and it's going to get you nice and cool. Or counterintuitive, you can have a warm bath or shower. This is going to heat your core temperature and then your body is going to naturally have to dump heat, and this is going to cool you down as well. So that is 8 is get rid of the light, 9 is get rid of the noise, and 10 is get into a cool room. So they are my top 10 tips for the perfect night's sleep. If you have any other tips or you think your tips are better than mine, please drop them in the comments below and we can have a discussion. No, please put them in the comments, like the video, share it around, and I'll see you when I see you.